comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling, cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then your talking don't matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling, patent pockets. You take the dollar, dollar, can a damn soul stop it.
Here comes the new kid on the block. Hold all your bets, here's where the buck stops. See, first of all, I'm stepping out on my own. About time I elevated to claim my own throne. Success in my blood, call it homegrown. Puerto Rican testosterone. Power and money got me crazy cocky. No longer need you, Poppy. I know you're mad because you can't stop me. And if you wonder how this player done scooped your honey, I think she smell my cologne, it's called brand new money. Making major moves, man, ain't a damn thing funny. Pimpin' hood rats, the Playboy bunnies.
Shane McMahon theme song on the Sectional Podcast. The inside joke to that, my co-host, Section GP, fresh off WCW Nitro, the Edmonton Eskimo Empire podcast. You've been on both podcasts. Tell me, what's up? How did they sneak you out from underneath me?
Oh, man, they just got in there, and they used one of those smoke bombs, and boom! Next thing you know, I'm on the Empire podcast for a little bit. And boom, I'm back.
I don't know what they're paying you over there, but you're under contract with me, so...
Now, there was a stipulation in the Section O contract that clearly stated if someone waved a couple shots of spiced rum in my face, I could go enjoy it for 20 minutes.
Never question decision-making when it comes to spice rum, right?
That's correct, Section O.
You know what? You got some leverage on me now when it comes for next year. I'm gonna be like, well, these guys paying me this. What do you got, Section O? Well, I don't know. I got about a year to decide here.
Yeah, well, we'll work on that. We'll definitely have some negotiations. Our two agents, as long as they stay somewhat sober, they should be able to work something out.
Oh, God, game over. Rory!
Matt!
It is a very special episode.
Yes!
And I'll tell you why it's a very special episode. It's the Austin O'Brien High School reunion after the Hamilton Tiger Cats game. So I decided that I'm going to do the AOB Sectional Podcast special.
Nice!
Yeah, we got Shane on after he went to AOB. Cheers for the Eskimos. And I went to AOB. Jay went to AOB. Peter went to JOB. Peter went to JOB. Peter went to AOB. So I decided we're going to incorporate a theme to this one because, you know, it's my 10-year high school reunion after the game.
Excellent. And it's an excellent school, so good going.
Well, you know, that's a matter of opinion. If somebody would have asked me 5-6 years ago if I would have even attended my 10-year high school reunion, I would have told them to fuck off because there's absolutely no way I ever wanted to be associated with those people ever again. Not that it was anything bad. I just had no desire to go. I you know, high school's behind me. It was a fun 3 years, but I just don't want to relive any of that. And then I got an invite on Facebook. AOB 10-year high school reunion. I went, oh my God. And actually, I managed to get myself into the organizing committee, me and a girl named Stephanie Sermon. But we actually she's been planning this thing because she's one of those over-planners, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I just sit back and the whole thing's put together. I managed to get the bar, and she's basically nailing down every other intricate thing to it. Kind of like how women plan weddings, right? You know, the men just get all the big things together. You know, the buffet, the DJ, and the women are all like, oh, what color should the chairs be? How many flowers should we have? Yeah, that's the fucking shit I'm dealing with.
Yeah, right on. Well, you know.
Nothing bad, you know.
You're getting old and soft, Section O.
Maybe I am. But, you know, I just got no time for tea lights. She sent me a text message. She goes, Holly wants to know if we can have tea lights on the table. And I was like, oh, God, no, and no, we're not doing that. Just everybody show up to the bar, get drunk. But no, it's we really work together good putting this thing together. So hopefully a lot of people show up to this. Batting about 125 people. And with her planning skills and basically my promo, hopefully this whole thing goes together. But it's strange because I went to junior high with Steph, and I never spoke 2 words to her in junior high. I went to high school with her, never spoke 2 words to her in high school, and then all of a sudden, fast forward 10 years, and we're swapping texts 4 or 5 times a day, trying to plan together the high school reunion. So it's kind of just funny how this whole thing...
Yeah. No, that's good. You know, I would imagine, you know, maybe you guys had so few words because of your conduct in high school. Does that have anything to do with it?
No, my buddy Jason Postma dated her for all of 5 minutes, I think. Like, you know how junior high relationships go. But no, I just never just never spoke to her. Just, maybe hi once or twice in the hallway. I was never part of her group of
You
friends.
didn't
She never
scare
part
her
of mine.
away.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I was
Maybe.
kind of different way back in the day.
You weren't like us guys growing up in Fairview having beer at lunch break, were you?
No, we had a lot of dope smokers at AOB. Like, just a ton. It was all stoners and skaters.
Oh, no.
That's all it was, yeah. Just a phase that everybody went. And actually, I never participated in any of that.
Yeah.
So I was, playing soccer at lunchtime and skipping school to go to Capilano Mall to eat Ito Japan. The food court special. Woohoo! When did you graduate?
Oh, do I have to? It was June of 2000.
June of 2000, yeah, I was June of 2005.
Yeah.
We'll see, this will be cool. There's going to be some people there that I wish in my lifetime I never, ever, ever see again, and there's going to be some people there that I haven't seen in 10 years that I would like to see again, so who knows? It's weird because the football game's that night, so I'm showing up just pissed.
At about 10:30 at night, too, of all things.
Oh, God, yeah, I'm going to make a phone call to the Points After Show, Dave Campbell, and then I'm going to walk right into the Newcastle pub and be like, yo, what up? I'm here. What a game in Montreal.
My God.
What a defensive performance. The offense kind of started off a little slow, put us in a bind a bit with a couple of turnovers, but the defense really kicked it up, and, we snuck out of there with the W, and at the end of the day, when it comes time to get into the playoffs, nobody's going to look back and say how we earned that W. It's just another W in the column.
That's true. That's true. Now, you are making a bit of an understatement there. The offense did more than start slow and did more than commit a couple of turnovers. We had, by my count, 4 turnovers in 19 minutes of football and started off dreadful on offense. It would have helped if maybe, a couple of missed kicks, 3 missed kicks, and maybe, the one fumble that was 6 points the other way. A couple of less mistakes, and all of a sudden, once you put 8 or 9 more points on the board, it doesn't look so bad. But they did start off dreadful, in my opinion. Which is only a reason to get fired up and improve that much more. We got the win thanks to a lot of hard work all around, and obviously because of this lights-out, fucking amazing defense on the Eskimos.
We were sitting in Section K, I think it was. I bought the tickets off Kijiji, off somebody in Montreal, and we were sitting there for the first half, and we saw the fumble return go the other way, and I just turned to Jay, and we're like, oh, fuck, here we go. But actually, it ended up being a really good game. Molson Stadium is just an amazing stadium to go in. If you've never been to Montreal, I would recommend going to Montreal. First of all, that city has no rules. We found that out pretty quick. You basically do whatever the fuck you want to. At the stadium, you can actually walk the track beside the field as the game's going on. On the camera angle, when you're watching on TSN, they got the hospital on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
And then they got the open street on the right-hand side. So we were on the opposite side of the camera, and for the second half, we were sitting in the end zone, right up against the fence, and the Eskimos were coming our way in the third quarter. I said to Jay, if they get a touchdown right here, I don't even care. I will fucking jump this rail. I will throw my jersey onto the field. I'll give them my hard hat. I'll do whatever, because that would have been amazing. And we were actually sitting there. I was with about 50 yards away from when we got that safety.
That's awesome. I didn't know it was so good. I've always got the impression that it's a nice facility that's just maybe dated and they need to get a bigger one. But you have nothing but good things to say about that venue.
I have nothing but good things to say about Molson Stadium. It's right. It's very intimate. You're on top of the players. It's shitty. It's all bench seats, but whatever. Everybody's so friggin' drunk, it didn't matter. Yeah. They had, Quebec. They had $6 red wine. Yeah. And that's what I made TV again, actually holding this cup of $6 red wine. I was just plastered by the end of it. And then Jay managed to get field access. So we saw Fred Stamps, selfie with J.C. Sheridan. We were sitting on the Eskimo bench for a while, and then I made a drunken phone call to Dave Campbell right in the end zone talking on the Points After Show. Montreal. Go to Montreal. It's expensive, but oh my God, it has less rules than the Las Vegas Strip.
It's on my bucket list. You have my word.
Me and Jay found an arcade, and we were so happy because they had Mario Kart. And so we bought $20 worth of tokens, and we basically sat at the Mario Kart and played it for an hour and a half, just pumping coins into this thing. right on Catherine Street. Crescent Street's out of control. The strip clubs are out of control. I don't know what Showgirls is like in Grand Prairie, but man, you got to go to Club Wanda's in Montreal. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right. Yeah, say no more.
Club Wanda's Montreal, Chez Paris Montreal. Go there.
Did you counter reckless protesting after the Eskimos win?
There was no reckless protesting. However, the Montreal police are against pension rollbacks. I guess the government screwed their pension over, whatever. So because they cannot legally strike, what they decided to do to protest these pension rollbacks is they're not wearing their uniforms.
What?
So they're basically wearing their like police bulletproof vests that say police, and they wear reflective vests that say, but basically they're wearing army pants and t-shirts.
Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy. Like, we landed and we're just walking the street trying to find the liquor store. I turned to Jay and says, holy shit, the Montreal police, they wear camouflage army pants here. Like, that's crazy. And they're all different colors. They're not the same. There was one guy had pink fatigues. One girl had like the all white Russian, Serbia fatigues. I said, this is crazy. And then a quick Google search later, I found out that, yeah, this is why they're wearing funny pants, is because they're against pension rollbacks. So because they can't strike, they just decided to not wear their uniforms.
Wow.
Only in Quebec.
Only in Quebec can we find police that won't even wear their uniform. Man, I wonder if they're having some of the red wine too.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Could be. That province. Just Old Montreal was amazing. We went to the Keg in Old Montreal and we watched BC Hamilton. That game was just out of control. Then we went back to the hotel and we watched Calgary Ottawa. And then we decided that we were going to watch the second half out in this bar called Ziggy's. So we're sitting on the patio and you can just walk the sidewalk with your drink. Jay got busted with open alcohol outside the hotel, but whatever. As soon as you get on Crescent Street, it's a free for all. It's just crazy. Go to Montreal. Everybody has, at one point in their life, go to Montreal, and you don't even have to speak French. Speak English. We got by just fine.
Nice.
So, now that that's out of my system, Hamilton.
What a battle we have in store. This is two really well-ran football teams, two teams that are running at a pretty high pace right now. And our opponent, I better get this out of the way. Our opponent looks good. Their defense looks amazing and explosive, very similar to us. Ken Austin, as much as I don't like him, he's doing an excellent job. Zach Collaros is doing a pretty good job. I'll get that out of my system now. Now that I've said that, it's time for us, our team, to step up their game, and it's time to take some heads. This is the matchup. Are we one of the elite, like we all believe that we are, or are we just one of 9 teams in the CFL battling for position? Let's step it up. This team has a big obstacle in front of them. Time to take the notoriety back, and let's claim our home turf. Let's kick their ass.
Hamilton's, they got a really good defense, and everybody's taking the under for point spread here. But you know what? Fuck you, Zach Collaros. Eskimos have not allowed a touchdown in the regular season since September 12th of last year. So, two big defensive teams, and hopefully, we come out with the W, and it's a decisive W. And I'd really like to see Matt Nichols succeed, because as it stands right now, I'm one of the very few guys that are still standing behind him, and I don't understand the hate that he's getting. Bowman is dropping balls, Stafford's dropping balls, everybody's dropping balls, the O-line is letting guys through, and Nichols, oh, fuck you, Nichols, It's like, guys, chill the fuck out.
I think all sides of this issue are getting out of hand.
Yes.
You might have seen me ranting online the other day, and I'll get to my point. What people need to realize is we've played 7 regular season games. And in all 7 regular season games, our coaching staff has used all 3 quarterbacks on the active roster in all 7 games. And I'm telling you all right now, barring Matt Nichols maybe not being able to make the lineup due to injury, we still don't know for sure about that.
Actually, no, he's starting. It was his contact lens that came out of Montreal.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with concussion.
My bad. And I guarantee you all that on Friday night, Chris Jones will use all 3 quarterbacks on the roster again. And if anyone's got a problem with it, for all these armchair coaches, please sit down at a table with Chris Jones and Ed Hervey and tell them what to do. Please. I want to be there for that conversation.
I love it. Everybody that thinks they're smarter than Jones and Hervey, could you please go to Commonwealth Stadium at 7 in the morning and the door is open to help break down film?
Please tell Chris Jones and Ed Hervey what to do, because I'm sure you all have a better idea, and we would go 18-0. So, all sarcasm aside, let's let them run the football team. We use all 3 quarterbacks. We're going to use Matt Nichols. Matt Nichols is going to contribute to the Edmonton Eskimos the same way he's contributed in the other 7 games. And if it's in the first half or the second half, if Franklin comes in, if Nichols comes back in, if Jordan Lynch plays from scrimmage and actually throws a football here and there again, oh well, That's the way it is, because we're using the quarterbacks, and we're probably going to use both tailbacks, and we're probably going to use 6 or 7 different receivers. So get used to it, because we're a versatile, deep football team, and that's how the 2015 Edmonton Eskimos is ran.
Section GP dropping the mic on the Fairweather fans, right?
That's pretty well it. And I'm not saying just because you might not be a fan of Matt Nichols, it makes you a crappy fan. Everyone's entitled to what players they prefer on the roster. But for the love of God, during the game, if I see social media posts, and I don't look at it during the game, but I look at it afterwards, and I see that they were during the game. During the game, you have time to pick up your iPhone, your iPod. You got time to go on certain Facebook pages, and you got time to complain about coaching decisions during play. You've obviously got time to just turn the TV off and go watch some junior high badminton down the street. Watch the damn game. Let Chris Jones coach the team to a Grey Cup. End of fucking story.
Everybody thinks they're smarter than the guys getting paid on the field, but at the end of the day, you paid to watch the football game, and if you were that smart, you'd be on the coaching staff, right?
That's right.
That's the thing that bothers me. Like you said, you got everybody's an armchair quarterback, armchair GM. Oh, you should do this. Ed Hervey sucks. Why is he doing this? You need to do this. Well, excuse me, if you're posting it on Facebook, you're obviously not as smart as the guys in the room. Sit down, shut up, and cheer on the football team. No more of this, Matt Nichols sucks. This guy's an idiot. And how can you sit there and call Matt Nichols all these hateful names, and then yet you praise other guys on the teams? Like, you don't think the team sees these? Like, if I was a part of the football club in the locker room, and Matt Nichols is my friend, and I'm getting praise on Twitter, but at the same time you're attacking my friend hatefully and disgustingly, I wouldn't even associate with you. So you know what, Eskimo fans, let's rally behind the team. We're going to use 3 quarterbacks. We might use 2 quarterbacks. We might use 1 quarterback. We might use Henry Gizmo at quarterback. It doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, we're going to get the win, and let's just rally behind this team, drink some beers, cheer in the stand, and just go fucking apeshit. It's social media night. Let's get all the young fans, and this is what it's about. No more hateful tweets to any of the players. It's bullshit. Rory.
Yes. Rally behind our athletes. Rally behind our staff. I understand you might not agree with everything, but let's just fucking rally around it. Let's do it. We're all together on this. We are the Eskimo Empire. Come on, let's go. Let's get this together.
Pretty much. And until you actually get paid to watch the football game, zip it.
Yes.
Zip it. That's why I have no credibility when it comes to questioning coaching decisions or anything like that, because I pay to watch the game. I am not the smartest man in the room. And I'm kind of guilty. A couple of weeks ago, I criticized not kicking the field goal to tie it up against BC. I understand the irony on that, but you know what? I do not get paid to watch the football game. I'm sure Chris Jones is smarter than me. He just happened to get burned by educated guess. But whatever the fuck. Rory, it is social media night at Commonwealth Stadium. We are introducing the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Hit me up with that. It's going to be great for all the young fans that are digitally into
I think it's great. You got so many venues and so many different walks of life throughout the world offering Wi-Fi and internet. And I think it's certain areas and certain cities where just the city has free Wi-Fi. I can't remember which cities do and don't.
Tokyo.
Yeah, okay. There you go. So this is great. Everybody enjoy it. It's probably something that's going to come back and might be permanent one day or another. Everybody enjoy it. But at the same time, put the phone down on second down, please.
Put the phone down on second down and stand up and cheer. If we're on the defense, keep your mouth shut when it's offense, though, right?
That's right. Yeah, maybe if you're really not paying that much attention and you don't mind missing a few downs of football to check your Facebook messages, then do it while we're on offense.
Tweet on offense, but get loud as fuck on defense, right?
Exactly.
Loud as fuck on defense. Rory, that brings our time to a close again, unfortunately.
Well, everybody, thanks for having me on Section O, and let's get loud on Friday night. When it's second down, we need to let everyone know.
In the words of our homeboy Chris Sheets, on the defense, Rory, who wants ball back?
We do!
Who wants ball back?
We do!
Give me a big go, Esco, and hit me out. Tie-Cats suck.
Go, Esco! Go, Esco! Tie-Cats, you suck!
We got another young fan with us, 18 years old, newly graduated. Shane, what's up?
Not much. What about you?
No, nothing much at all. We actually have something in common. Did you know that?
What's that?
You, me, Jay, and Peter, we all went to AOB.
Really?
Yeah, and you actually just graduated.
Yeah, what year did you guys graduate?
2005, and Peter graduated in 2009. Do they still keep all the grad photos in the hallway by the lunchroom?
Yeah, they've been moving them around though because they're trying to renovate everything. So
Mr. Fisher's still there?
he was, but then he had to get surgery on like his knee or something, and then he hasn't been there since grade 10.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, this podcast actually works out. The timing is great because I'm actually planning my 10-year high school reunion before that. So if anybody's listening to that, if you graduate in 2005, hook me up for a shout-out. It's at Newcastle Pub. Did you play football when you were at AOB?
No, I didn't. I just went to the games.
What are the AOB football games like? Have they changed since the last time I went to one?
They get pretty rowdy if, like, whenever you could get liquor in there, for sure. But other than
Have
that,
you snuck liquor into the games?
yeah, lots of times. It turns out to be a great time.
Is that kind of frowned upon?
Not really, no.
Really? What? Really? Do the
Well,
teachers know you're doing this?
The teachers rarely show up, and they just kind of say whatever. As long as they don't see it's not a school event, they don't really care.
Really? Mr. Sermon teaching there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Steph Sermon's brother. She graduated with me. We're actually on the organizing committee for this 2005 high school reunion, so that's another thing we got in common. Actually, did you know Gord Heinz also went to AOB as well?
Who's that?
Buddy, Wikipedia is your friend. He used to be an Eskimo, got released, and then he's just been bouncing around the CFL now. He's actually the person.
Okay, I remember hearing his name now.
You probably remember him because he's responsible for getting a rule adopted into the CFL that if your helmet comes off, you have to stop play immediately. It's on YouTube. He's just beating the shit out of guys without a helmet during the play. It was actually awesome. Now, we first met at an AOB game a couple of years ago. Calvin McCarty, Jonathan Crompton, who now plays for the Alouettes, and Ryan King showed up. And there was kind of an impromptu flag football game that the government of Alberta put together for active sport and kids. Now, tell me about that game. How did you hear about that?
Well, I was just at school, and they said a bunch of Eskimos are coming to play a football game, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. How many people are going? I had no idea how many people were showing up, so I just showed up. A bunch of my friends were there, and we just played a game for about 45 minutes.
And Jonathan Crompton got legit picked off by Mr. Carabine.
Oh, yeah. I was on his team for a bit of the game, and I'm just like, this guy sucks. Now, I know he wasn't trying, but, like, he could not throw a pass. Like, he was throwing the ball short and overthrowing. I'm like, oh, my God.
Because they were all dicking around. They're playing with fucking school kids. Do you think he was trying his hardest? Come on.
Yeah, no, but, like, you can't be a CFL quarterback and just underthrow it in a flag football game.
You can't get picked off by a teacher.
That's true. That's true.
But whatever, it was fun. I had fun. I was
time.
there. I was chilling on the sidelines. I never actually got a chance to get into the game because one, I didn't want to. I actually played football for AOB and I wasn't very good. I kind of rode the bench. Me and Jay rode the bench. So
Were you on senior team or?
yeah, I was on junior team for a year in grade 10. And me and Jay were on senior team in 2011. When we went like 0-8 and just got blew up every single game. It was just awful. And then Jay played in 2000 and when did we graduate? Sorry, Jay played in 2005 in his grade 12 year. I didn't play. I quit. The writing was on the wall for me. I was just not very good. I actually have a 2002 championship ring when the AOB Crusaders beat the Bev-Facey Falcons, who I think Ryan King might have been on that team because he went to Facey. So let me double check on that. But we smoked them. No, it was St. Albert. Anyway, I got to go back and check that ring. We beat the shit out of this team 30-0 in 2002 on the snowy Clark Field, and that was like the first ever championship that I've ever won of anything. Tells you my streak of amateur sports, right?
Yeah. Was it cities or provincials?
No, it was cities. We were in the CAR conference at the time.
Oh, yeah.
It was the best conference that you could do. Who goes to the games with you?
You're talking Espo games?
You bet.
My buddy Hugo usually, my buddy Liam, and my buddy Adam. They're all guaranteed, and then a bunch of others just follow around whenever we get the chance.
How long has it been now you've been going to games?
Consistently, it's been about 2.5 years.
You started in when we sucked in 2013.
Yeah, I used to go probably once or twice a year back, starting like 2005, just with my family and everything, but as I got older, just kept going consistently.
What do you like about Commonwealth Stadium?
Just that it's all spaced out, you could go sit anywhere, you could just go grab beers and nobody really cares.
That's right, you're 18 now. You can party it up legally at the game.
Yeah.
When did you turn 18?
January.
Oh, attaboy, so you got some experience in this now. You're not one of those newly fresh 18-year-olds that get all white girl wasted and it's just game over on the concourse. You've seen them a bunch.
Yeah, oh my God. That was my buddy one year. Couldn't get him down the
Really?
stairs. Took us an hour to walk back to the car.
What was your 18th birthday like? What did you do?
I just went to the bar.
Let me guess, the ranch?
Billiards.
Oh, billiards. There's a new one. Usually everybody goes to the ranch for their 18th. How drunk did you get?
Very intoxicated. I ran into a bike pole, got a cab home, and didn't make it home until like 4 in the morning.
Was it a weeknight or a weekend?
It was a weekend.
My 18th birthday fell on a weeknight. Funny story, we were at Klondike Days. My birthday's on July 23rd, so Thursday, July 22nd. And we get the smart idea, hey, let's go to the Klondike Days casino. So we get to the front door. It's about an hour to midnight. We just sit on the bench and we wait till midnight. So we're counting it down, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever. Hey, it's midnight. Woo! Get up to the front door, go see the security guard. I give him my ID. He looks at me, looks down at my ID, looks at his watch, gives it back to me, goes, happy birthday, come on in. That was my 18th birthday, and it was like a Thursday night. I think I had to work the next day.
That's awesome.
Lost $500 at the casino on my 18th birthday, so.
And that's not awesome.
No.
That's just shitty.
That is. What happens for you on game day? What do you and your Esky bros do?
Usually we meet up at around
like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We just hang out, get some beer, get some food, and then we just play beer pong at my house until game time.
Who's the beer pong champ?
Oh, that's a good question. It's my buddy Hugo.
Really?
He drinks the most, yeah. He's the biggest guy.
But is he necessarily the best at beer pong?
He's pretty good. I haven't seen my buddy Liam play for a while.
Where do you rank in this?
I'm third, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta hone your
I'm
skills, man. Jay from Section O is actually really good at beer pong, so you two should face off.
Absolutely.
We play by different rules, though. Like, you're allowed to bounce at once, and we play, like, a whole different set. But, no, he's pretty good. He smokes me every time. I'm shitty at beer pong. It's awful. Who's your favorite Eskimo?
If you're talking past, it was Jason Tucker. If you're talking now, it's Odell Willis.
Everybody loves Odell Willis.
I know,
got it.
He just brings something to the D-line that everyone loves.
Now, I've had this conversation before with people. Are you leaning towards defensive players, or do you like offensive players more? Who's more badass in your mind?
I love the defensive players.
Everybody, I know, isn't it? Everybody loves the defense. And, offense guys... Because they're badass. They're the most badass guys on the field. They just don't give a shit. They beat to their own drum. And offense, like Bowman, Riley, Nichols, sorry, if you guys listen to this podcast, you guys are awesome. But, the swagger is on the defense, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me about the somersaults. Is that thing not the most awesome thing that you've ever seen in your life?
I just get so fired up every time they do that. And I know the crowd loves it too, so.
Speaking of defensive line, last year when we played Calgary, you're aware of the whole motorcycle situation that went down.
Yeah.
That is indicative of what the D-line is about. They, it's all trash talk. Like, these are the best players on the field. So you're 18 now.
Yep.
And you kind of got some freedoms that come along with that. Have you ever been to the Labor Day Classic in Calgary?
Never. Been trying to go for...
What's kept you out of Calgary on Labor Day?
Just not enough money to go, not enough people who want to go with.
Having to go to school the next day?
Yeah.
If the Eskimos ran a shuttle bus down to Calgary, would you take it?
Absolutely.
Because we haven't had one for a while. Most people just drive. Like, we go down on the Sunday night. We tried putting a shuttle bus up to the Fort Mac game, but it didn't really work out. I don't think a lot of people wanted to do, like, the 19-hour round trip. Mm-hmm. But Calgary is a different beast. There is a different atmosphere when you're in enemy territory cheering on the Eskimos where, like, 30,000 people just hate your guts.
There's nothing better.
Anybody, if you can experience this, go to Calgary for Labor Day. Go to Regina when the Eskimos play there. Try and come out alive. That's all I can say. Good luck with that. No, I'm kidding. Their fans are pretty good. Regina's they're kind of iffy, but you're coming down this year, right?
I'm going to try my best.
No, we don't want excuses. We want solutions. You're coming down this year, right?
All right, I'll be there.
Attaboy. See, look, in the Section O podcast, we are miracle workers. What do you think the keys to the game for the Eskimos are tonight?
I think Matt Nichols needs to play like he did against Ottawa. Nothing special. Just follow the game plan, and our defense needs to be good. They need to be strong, and then if they could do that, we'll win the game.
What do you think of the Matt Nichols hate that he got on Twitter a few weeks ago?
It's kind of unnecessary. Like, I know he's had a few bad games, but you can't just base that small sample size on, like, an entire season. Like, it's a fresh start for him.
Yeah. Let's fire this shit show up. You're the last segment on this podcast, so any last things before people shut this off and they head to the game? Got anything to say?
Go, let's go.
Anyway, thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Give me a big go, let's go.
Go, let's go.